But I'm happy to be here tonight and talk to you about EB5 and the Eola Hotel in Natchez, Mississippi. So first of all, I'm Robert Lubin. I've been an attorney since 1982, a long time, and I've been doing EB5 since the 1990s. And I've been working with Mr. Raymond Koo for around 25 years now. And we've had a very good cooperation over the years and have had many successful immigration cases in the hundreds in various categories, including the EB5. As people know, the EB5 category is very popular because it provides a way for people to get a green card, but not be forced to work anywhere, not be forced to live anywhere. In other words, it gives a lot of freedom and enables a family to immigrate. It enables the principal applicant with his or her spouse, and of course the children who are under 21 when they start the case. So many families will use this to move to the US or be able to educate their children in the US, and especially educate their children in the US without having to pay for private schools. In other words, they would be able to come to the US and join public schools. And of course, there's a big savings as well as easier to get into the school than if they were a foreign student. So EB5 has been around since the early 1990s. It was very, very popular from around 2007 to about 2018. It got a little quieter the last 5 years. And in fact, there was a pause in the program for over a year, but that pause ended this past summer, and the EB5 program is now alive and well with new rules, but still the program. So what are some of the new rules? Well, first of all, when a program, when the old program would allow an investment of $500,000 in a target employment area or a rural area, now it's an $800,000 investment. Second, rural areas remain the same. In other words, they have to be in a city of less than 20,000 people, and also in a county, which is a jurisdiction, which is not in a major metropolitan area. What that means is it's not near a big city. So it has to be more in a rural area where the government wants to encourage investment. So what are the advantages of a rural area? Well, first of all, the applicant would only have to invest $800,000, not $1,050,000. So the amount to be invested is $250,000 less than if the person was investing in a non-rural or non-TEA area. Second of all, and this is very important, there is something new called a set-aside for rural areas. A set-aside means that every year there are 10,000 slots available for EB5, but 2,000 will be taken and separated just for rural areas. So in other words, if I'm applying for a rural area, I can get all 10,000 visas, but I also have a special allotment of 2,000 visas. And no matter where I'm from, if I'm from Taiwan, Hong Kong, India, China, it doesn't matter where I'm from, those 2,000 visas are currently available. So, as an example, if I were to apply in a non-TEA area, and I was from a country that has a backlog, like China or India, for example, I might have to wait 5, 6, 7, 8 years until I can get to my green card interview. But by being in a rural area, I can go for my interview as soon as my case is approved. So that's a very, very big advantage. Now, the tricky thing with a rural area is you want to be in a rural area that still has good commerce and good business. So that brings us to our current case. We are restoring a famous hotel in a well-known tourist city called Natchez, Mississippi. Natchez, Mississippi is on the Mississippi River. It's about an hour and about 75 miles north of Baton Rouge. and about 150 miles north of New Orleans in Louisiana. It's a river town. Our company actually has done a big project in this city. It was a casino project that was very popular and successful. And the city has really grown insofar as tourism. There is probably going to be air service being allowed for the first time in a long time. There are 3 river boats, which are cruises, that are now going to be stopping in Natchez. And Natchez tourism is going up to its highest levels ever. The one thing Natchez doesn't have is a really cool hotel, and that's where our hotel comes in. Our hotel was built in the 1920s. It's a historic building. It needs to be refurbished because the way the hotel had been doesn't really work in today's era. The rooms were too small. The bathrooms weren't designed correctly. There are many things that had to be changed. So our project is going to reinvigorate and restart the Eola Hotel. There's a big demand for this hotel. The demand for hotel rooms in Natchez has gone up dramatically. Also, Hollywood has discovered Natchez. And what do I mean by that? There are many movies now that are being filmed in Natchez. And when these actors and movie people are coming to Natchez, they're looking for a better hotel to stay. And so our hotel will fill that void for all the movies that are being filmed in Natchez. The mayor of Natchez is very excited for our project. And I'm not sure if you've already seen the welcome video from the mayor.
3. Hello and greetings from Natchez, Mississippi. I'm Dan Gibson, the mayor, and I'm excited about our project with Mr. Robert Lubin. That is the restoration of the Eola Hotel. For many years, dating back almost a century, the Eola has been a grand lady gracing our downtown landscape. A very important part of our history as the oldest city on the highest bluff of the Mississippi River. We are excited about the vision that Mr. Lubin has. And as mayor of Natchez, I can assure you that Mr. Lubin has our full confidence and our complete support. So many things are happening. Natchez is known now as one of the fastest growing economies in Mississippi and in the southern region. We are breaking records in terms of investment, new development, new businesses, all of the cruise boats that are coming. In fact, more historic renovations taking place in our city than in any other city in our state. Thanks to Mr. Lubin, the Eola is about to have its grandest chapter of all, and we hope that you will be a part of it. This iconic hotel is about to be the heartbeat of Natchez.
So they're very excited and they're very supportive of our project. Our project also has a lot of interesting advantages. Because our hotel is a historic hotel, 45% of the construction cost will be reimbursed to us in the form of tax credits. Tax credits are essentially cash. We can use this money to build the hotel. We also have 3 banks that are very interested in partnering up with us. And the city is giving us a tax, it's called TIF, a tax. So the TIF is also like money in our hand. So basically, our need for EB5 capital is very limited, which makes this a better project because the less EB5 capital needed, the easier it is to do the project. We are already progressing with the project and are already moving down the road. But of course, having EB5 capital means that we would borrow less, and the cost of capital is significantly less and makes the project even more accessible and would even be more successful. Another interesting thing about this project is that the goal of this project is to return all of the EB5 money within 90 days of applying for removal of condition. So, as some people may or may not know, the EB5 green card has two parts to it. The first part is to apply for I-526, which is the name of the form. And by that, the applicant would apply for their green card. When they get approved and get the green card issued, the green card will have a valid date for 2 years. Then, 90 days before the 2 years are over, the person would apply for something called removal of conditional status. And what this does is the government basically wants to see that the person left their money in the project, that the project created the jobs, and now the person can go ahead and get unconditional green card and can also take their money back. This project, of course, requires an $800,000 investment, but also requires that there are 10 jobs created per person. We are only seeking 9 investors. We only really need 2, preferably 3, but 9 investors would make the project even better. So that means we need 90 more jobs, but this project will have over 350 jobs between the construction and the actual hotel operations. So this project has significantly more job creation than is needed. So unlike some projects where it's kind of close for how many jobs are created, in this project, it's not close at all. The number of jobs created by construction and then the operation will take care of everybody who's investing. In fact, just the construction alone will take care of the job creation. The operation, of course, will add even more and give the buffer.